These hospital bands, they tell the stories of the mountains I've climbed and the valleys I've wanted to give up in. This was the first time I received treatment at DuPont in an inpatient setting. The first time 911 was called after respiratory failure. This hospital stay is when I became feeding tube dependent. Here's where my portacath was placed. This is where I passed 100 days inpatient, graduating from pediatrics, saying goodbye to my team, and to the Ronald McDonald House. Here's the beginning of 2020, when everything seemed to be shutting down, but I still had medical appointments. To reflect back on that day, it's November 10th, 2011. It started as a normal day. I got up and got ready and went to school. My class was going on a field trip, and it was supposed to be a fun day. On that field trip, I had my first major back spasm. My life would change forever that day, but I didn't know it. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to share. I knew I wanted to commemorate, reflect on the last 10 years, but I didn't know where I wanted to go. And I see posts within the chronic illness and disability world of people who are frustrated by the fact that we only see the good stuff. We only see the overcoming. And I decided I wanted to share how hard the last 10 years have been. For a moment, I just wanted to show you the tears, the pain. I wish you could look at the inside of my body, just see what it looked like, what it looks like. When I show up somewhere and someone comments on how great I look, I mean, thanks for the compliment. Flash through all the things you've done that day, all the medication doses, the side effects, the pain, the moments you took to recollect yourself. And you're like, yeah, I'm okay. But there's more to my story than what you see. I know everyone gets up and gets dressed and, puts makeup on and brushes their teeth and cleans themselves up for the day, but that can be done in 15 minutes. For me, it's being on the ventilator overnight. It's that alarming when there's issues overnight and waking up. The crushing and mixing and giving myself a feeding tube meds. The nebulizers every morning and evening and in between. I don't remember what it's like to not be in pain. I know there's a time that it was that way. I have memories of times where I know I wasn't feeling pain. But there's at least some kind of level of discomfort in my body all the time now, to the point that I can't remember the feeling. I remember the concept, but I can't feel it. It's hard for me to express this balance between such joy and such sorrow. My mind just goes back to the darkest moments, and that's not my life. That's part of my life. My health controls so much of my life, but it's not all of me. Most of the time, I don't want people to see the behind the scenes, because that's not what I want you to think of when you think of me. This medically complex life is surely not the life I would have picked for myself, but it is my life, and I will continue to find joy in it. I have found the Christian community and the hope of the gospel as a steadfast pillar of my life. We all are broken and need salvation. I look forward to the day that I get to kneel at the feet of my Lord, healthy and pain-free. But until that day, hopefully a day that is a long time away, I will remind myself of His faithfulness and always find the strength to look for joy even in the hard times.